So the first thing I'm going to do is change my wallpapers, and to do that, go ahead and swipe down from the upper left-hand corner of your screen and then long press to bring up the customization options, and then tap on customize, and then tap on this little box kind of towards the bottom. And then this is going to bring up our photo library, so we can go ahead and choose our wallpaper from here. So for my lock screen, I'm going to do this really beautiful like latte image. So cute. I love the little heart-shaped ice cubes. And then we can just pinch and drag if we want to adjust it. So I'm going to do something like that. And then so that's the lock screen wallpaper all set. So then let's go ahead and tap done in the upper right hand corner. And then we're going to come back and do our widgets and all the other little fun stuff at the end. But for now, let's go to our home screen. So I put my lock screen wallpaper as my home screen wallpaper as well. And as much as I love this image, I have another one picked out for my home screen. So let's change our home screen wallpaper. So to do that, just press and hold on your screen and then tap edit in the upper left corner. And then just tap on edit wallpaper. At the bottom, you're going to tap on photo, and then this is going to bring you right back to your photo library, and then from there you're going to choose your wallpaper. So I'm going to do this really pretty brown gradient. I think that's going to go really nicely with the kind of cozy brown theme that I'm going for. And of course we can just pinch and drag to adjust it. And then once we're done, just tap on done, and then tap done again. Okay, so that's how we change our wallpapers. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next step, which is widgets. So I think I'm gonna do lock screen widgets first. So to do that, go ahead and open the Miko app on your phone. This app is completely free to use. It does have ads in it, and it does have some premium widgets that you do have to pay for, but all of the widgets that I'm gonna use in this video are completely free. So the first widget that I'm gonna do is a little music widget. So at the top, you're gonna see categories. Go ahead and scroll until you see lock screen. And then if you scroll down, you're gonna see one called dynamic heart audio. So that's the one I'm gonna use. So let's go ahead and tap on that. And then I don't really want the background, so I'm just gonna lower the opacity to 0%. And then if we want, we can also add like a custom audio for this widget. And there's some other customizations that we can do, but I'm just gonna leave it like this. And then I'm just gonna tap save widget. So like I said earlier, for free widgets, it does usually make you watch an ad in order to access the widget. So I just watched mine, but once you do that, it'll go ahead and save it in your widgets library. And then you can find that all the way at the top in the upper right-hand corner if you just tap on my widget. And then these are all the widgets that I have saved. So going over to lock screen and then to rectangle, we can see the dynamic heart widget right there. So I have two more widgets for my lock screen that I want to save. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So under this icon section, I'm going to tap on heart, and then I'm going to go ahead and tap on more. And then this is actually going to bring up a whole bunch of other animated widget icons that we can use. And there are so many cute little ones. I honestly have such a hard time deciding whenever I do this. But because I'm going for a very brown coffee inspired theme today, I'm going to do this little coffee icon. So I'm going to select it and then just press the arrow at the top and then tap on save widget. And then I'm going to pick one more, which I'm having such a hard time deciding which one to pick, but I think I want to do a little heart-shaped widget to match the ice cubes on my lock screen wallpaper. So let's go ahead and find that. I really like this one with the heart cut out in the middle, so I'm going to go ahead and save that. Okay, so now that we saved our lock screen widgets, we can go ahead and actually add them to our lock screen. So go ahead and navigate to your lock screen again, and then just press and hold, and then tap on customize. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tap on add widgets. And then we're gonna search for the one that says Miko. So just tap on it, and then tap on rectangular widget. And this one is gonna be the dynamic heart audio widget. And then I'm gonna scroll and I'm gonna tap on round widget, and then just tap on round widget again. And then just X out and pull this down, and then we're going to add our widgets in. So just tap on the little icons here and then tap again, and then it's going to pull up a list of widgets that you have in your widgets library. So go ahead and just tap the one that you want. So there's that one, and then I'm just going to do the same for the other two. So now we have our widgets added to our lock screen, and they're looking really cute. And then the last thing we're going to do here is just customize the time on our lock screen and then anything else we want to do. So to customize the time, just go ahead and tap on it. And then up top here, if we scroll, we get a bunch of really cool font options. So for today, I think I'm gonna do this fourth option. It's this really pretty serif font. And then we can use the slider if we want to control how thick the numbers are. And I'm gonna leave it pretty thick, like maybe something like that. And then we can also change the color of the numbers, and I actually really like the liquid glass effect here, but I do like my time to match my widgets, so I think I am going to go ahead and change the color. So if we tap on the bottom where it says solid, and then scroll all the way over and tap the little gradient color icon, and then tap on sliders. And then if we want, we can enter a custom hex code or RGB values to get the exact color we want. And then if we tap on spectrum, we can also use this gradient to pick a color. And then we can also pick one just from this color grid here. The other way that we can pick a color is actually by selecting it right from our lock screen wallpaper. So if I tap on this eyedropper tool in the upper left-hand corner, it's gonna give me this little circle that I can drag around to select a color. So I'm just gonna find a color that I like, and then once I release it, it's gonna set my time and widgets as that color. So let's see how that looks. I actually really like how that looks. I think it's really soft and neutral and definitely matches our background. So I think I'm also gonna adjust the wallpaper a little bit just so it's not blurry all the way at the top. And then I'm gonna tap on the minus buttons to remove the two widgets at the bottom. And then I'm gonna press and hold on this widget bar right here, and then just drag it to the bottom. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I actually do want to make the color of the widgets and time a little bit brighter. So I'll see you guys in a second right after I do that. Okay, so I ended up just putting in a custom hex code for the color. And if you're curious, the hex code I'm using is D3B9A3. And then this is what it looks like. So I think that's everything I want to do on my lock screen. So I'm gonna press done to save it. And then this is how it's looking right now. This is the completed lock screen. Unless I want to change anything else, this looks really, really cute. I like it a lot. I'm so glad I found this picture on Pinterest. It's just adorable. But now that we have our lock screen done, let's go ahead and move on to our home screen. And then like we did for the lock screen, we have to set our widgets in their respective apps first and then add them second. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and open up the iScreen app. And then once you're on the home page, scroll down until you see the photo widget category. So that's just this one right here. And then go ahead and tap on more. And then go ahead and tap on scroll album. And then at the bottom where it says style, tap on the one all the way on the left. And here's what that one looks like. This is the first widget I want to use, and I'm going to go ahead and input my own custom photos. So where it says add photos, I'm going to tap on the plus, and then I'm just going to add all of the photos that I want from my library. I found some really cute like brown aesthetic images that I think really fit the vibe that I'm going for with this phone theme. So I'm just going to tap on this one, and then we can adjust it. And then once we're done, tap done. And then I'm just going to repeat this process for all of the photos. And then the next iScreen widget I want to save is going to be in the life category. And this one is just called music player. So I'm going to tap on this one right here. And then this is a really cool widget because you can actually connect it right to Apple Music. And then you can control your music right from your home screen. So if you haven't done that already, you can go ahead and just tap the little option on screen to connect it to Apple Music. But I've already done that, so I'm going to move on to the customizations for this widget. And for the style, I'm going to choose this brown one in the middle. And then I'm just going to tap on add unlock so I can get this widget. So that's the music player widget. And the next one I'm going to do is going to be in the creativity category. And then if we scroll down, we're going to see one called bubble wrap. So I'm going to tap this one. And then this widget is really cool because it's interactive. So you can actually pop the bubbles if you just tap on them. And it makes a fun little sound when you do that. So I'm going to do just a few simple customizations for this one. I'm going to decrease the line count just by pressing the minus button, just so it looks like that because I like the bubbles a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to lower the opacity to 0. And then I'm just going to save it. And then the last iScreen widget I'm going to do is one called music wall. So I'm just going to go and search for that. So it's this one right here. And this one isn't interactive or anything. It doesn't like play music. It just kind of looks like it does. So I'm just going to input a song that I think really fits the vibe of this phone theme. So where it says song title, I think I'm just going to do cardigan. And then I'm going to input a lyric from the song. And then we can also slide to adjust the little progress bar here, but I'm going to leave it pretty much how it was. And that's all I'm going to do here. So now I'm going to go ahead and save it. Okay, so I lied. There is one more iScreen widget I want to add, and it's going to be a little to-do list. So I'm just going to search for that. I'm going to just tap on more, and I'm going to pick this one right here that just says to-do list. I don't want to do to-do list 2.0 or 3.0. And I use Notion for my daily to-do list, and I also think it would be too much of a headache to update this widget every single day with the new to-do list. So I'm just going to put some monthly goals that I have. So if I tap on edit, I can just input my goals here. So I think I'm just gonna put enjoy my trip. So I'm visiting my family in North Carolina this month and I have been enjoying it. I'm actually there right now. And then I wanna make sure I get 8 hours of sleep every night. This is kind of just a constant goal that I always have for myself. Then I'm just gonna input my last two goals here. Definitely need to be better about eating more veggies. And then my last one, I'm just gonna put plan Christmas gifts. And then I think that's good for that. I'm gonna make the text color white. And then I don't really want the little frame or the little bear that's on it. So I'm gonna decrease the opacity to 0. And then I think I'm also gonna change the font. And then actually I'm gonna make the text black again really quick so I can see the font because I wanna change it. There's actually a lot to choose from here, but yeah, I'm still kind of feeling that first one the most. And then I'm gonna reset my text color to white. And then I don't think I actually want the to-do list label on it. I think I like it a little bit cleaner looking. So I'm just gonna scroll over to this right one. And then I'm just gonna save to my widgets. So those are all of the ice cream widgets. And next I have a couple that I wanna do in Miko. So let's go ahead and open that up. So I'm gonna go under photo and then I'm gonna scroll down until I find heart frame. And then I definitely wanna replace the image in this widget. So I'm gonna tap on go to replace and then tap on the picture. And it's just gonna pull up my photo library. So I'm gonna find a cute photo of me and my boyfriend to put in there. So I think this one with him and my cat Cece is really cute. So I'm just gonna adjust it and then tap on done. And then I'm gonna lower the opacity to 0 and then just save widget. So next I'm doing this really cute little flip clock widget. So I'm gonna scroll over to the clock and date category and then just scroll down until you see flip time. And then for this one, I'm also just gonna lower the opacity and tap save. And then the last Miko widget, I'm gonna do a little calendar. So also in this category, I'm just gonna scroll until I find it. It's this one right here. It's called Pink Minimal Calendar. And then I'm not gonna do any customizations to this other than lowering the opacity, but you can actually add a custom icon for the today button, which is really fun. Okay, so I'm gonna save that. So we just have 3 more widgets to make. We are almost to the fun part where we can put everything together. This one is gonna be the weather widget. So for this one, just long press on your home screen. And then in the upper left corner, tap edit and then tap add widget. And then just tap on weather. If it doesn't come up, go ahead and search for it. And then just tap on add widget and then tap done. And then if you press and hold on it and then tap on edit widget, you can set your custom location. I'm just gonna leave it as New York for now and then change it after. And then the last 2 widgets we're gonna make are just gonna be plain photo widgets. So for that, I'm gonna use the app Widgetsmith. And then to make a widget in Widgetsmith, all you're gonna do is press the blue plus at the top and then select the size you want. So I'm gonna do 2 small ones. And then I'm gonna tap on photo and then choose from photos. And then I'm just gonna select the photo that I want from my library. So I have a ton of like the same photos because I do slightly different edits of them, but I think I'm gonna do this one. And then we can pinch and drag to adjust it. And then once we're done, just go ahead and press the check mark. And then we can name it if we want. I usually don't. And then that is how you make a photo widget using Widgetsmith. I'm gonna go ahead and do that one more time for my second photo. Okay, so I have all of my widgets set and ready to go, and it's finally time for the fun part, which is putting everything together. So I'm gonna start with this page. We already have our weather widget, so we're gonna add another one, and we're gonna press and hold, and then tap on edit, tap on add widget, and then I'm gonna search for ice cream, and then I'm gonna make sure the small one is selected, and then press add widget. And then from here, go ahead and long press on the widget and then tap edit widget. And then where it says current widget, you're gonna wanna tap on choose. And then this is gonna pull up all of the widgets that you have in your widgets library. So just go ahead and tap on the one that you want. So I'm gonna choose the scroll album that I made. And then that's how you add a widget to your home screen. So I'm basically just gonna repeat this exact process for all of the widgets that I made in this video. Okay, so I have added all of my widgets onto my home screen. And then the only things we have left to do is to add our app icons and then tint everything. And of course, arrange everything how we want. So to add app icons, scroll all the way to the right until you get to your app library. And then from here, just pick an app that you want to add to your home screen and then press and hold on it. And then just tap on add to home screen. And then you're just gonna keep doing that for all the apps that you want. Now that I have all of my apps and all of my widgets on my home screen, I'm just gonna arrange everything how I want. Okay, so this is this page right now. Let's do the second page. So I like this layout a lot for my second page, and let's go ahead and do one more page. Okay, so this is how my layout is currently looking, and now we're gonna basically completely transform this and tint everything and make it look nice and cohesive. So to do that, just long press on your screen and then tap on edit. And then this time you're gonna tap on customize. And first I'm actually gonna tap this little icon with the two squares in the upper right corner. And then that's basically just going to get rid of the names underneath all of my app icons and widgets. And I like this look because it looks just a lot cleaner. And then I'm going to tap on tinted. And then I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. So I'm just going to tap on that. And then I'm going to drag it around and pick a color from my wallpaper. And then just release when I find a color that I like. And then I'm going to drag this slider all the way over. And then just press the sun icon. And then here's how this is looking right now. This is the first page. And then we have the second page, and this little to-do list widget is interactive, which I love. And then to play this little record widget at the bottom, just press in the lower left-hand corner. And then that is the full phone customization.